You scooting enough, buddy?
No.
Because now my cushion starts sliding off.
Yeah.
All right, there we go.
It looks
Stop
like
that here.
it looks like everybody's audio is recording properly. You ready, boys?
No, I'm kidding. Let's go.
All right, here we go. Welcome back to a brand new episode of 2.5 Asians. As you can tell, we are in a different seating arrangement. The last two pods were recorded actually right behind us on this couch right here, but there's no backrest and we had to hold the microphones the whole time. So we have transitioned to the table. It's a much easier setup. I can put this, what does it say again? On air. Recording. What do you call this thing?
Table? Sign?
Like a sign thing? Like light up
Light
sign?
up sign?
Yeah, Haley got it for us for our pod, so that's how you can tell we're recording. So any unwelcome guests that want to pop up are not allowed to be on the pod. So today's pod will be the tattoo tour / like advice pod. So all three of us have tattoos. And we will be going over each one of our tattoos and like telling the backstory. And I'll try to put a picture on the pod, so on the YouTube, so we don't have to undress. So we just gotta be really detailed for the audio listeners.
Mm-hmm.
All right, are we gonna rock paper scissors each other again to see who goes first, or?
Well, I think one of Ash should start because he only has 3.
That's true. We can go.
I think you have the most.
Yeah.
So you start.
Okay. Let's see. I'll go.
Nice guys finished last.
Should I go? All right. You choose top to bottom or bottom to top.
Go bottom.
Bottom.
Yeah.
All right. I'll go on my left side first.
There's not an implication of whatever. You know.
Okay.
If I was gay, I would definitely be a top. Well, go on, Seth. My fault.
You good. On my left thigh, right above my knee, I have a creeper from Minecraft. I'll put that up right there. Is it a creeper?
It is a creeper.
Yeah, it's a creeper. I thought it was a zombie for a second.
No, it's a creeper.
It was drawn by my little cousin Gian. At the time of the tattoo, him and I and Haley were like playing Minecraft a lot. So, and it was at a time where I was getting a lot of tattoos that were drawn by people that I care about. So I was like, hey, you want to draw a tattoo for me? He's like, I don't know what to draw. And I was like, oh, you can draw a creeper. So he like drew it on like binder paper and like colored it in with crayon. And then I had to like give it to the guy that I got the tattoo from. And he was like, what is this, a robot? And I was like, oh, it's like a character from Minecraft. So I got that. And then that one, I think actually we can do this part later. I'll save that. But next to that is a flower drawn by one of my best friends, Tara. Another one where I was just like, do you want to draw a tattoo for me? And I was like, it was at a point where I was very addicted to the tattoo pain. So I was just like, I need to get my fix right now.
Yeah.
So
That do be happening.
and it's a very like simplistic tattoo. It's like, as you can see on the screen, it's just a circle with petals and a smiley face inside. And on my right thigh, right above my leg, or my knee, sorry, is a Bible verse. And it says, God arms me with strength and he makes my way perfect. And if you look very closely, the first A that's like tattooed on my leg actually doesn't have a line. So it looks like an arrow just pointing up like that.
Like an upside down V?
Yeah, pretty much.
That's okay.
And I didn't notice it until like I took off the second skin.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like looking at my tattoo and I was like, what the fuck? Does it not have a line? And I set a reminder on my phone to when my tattoo would be fully healed. And it was like, go back and get that line. And I was like, actually, I'm going to just keep it. It's a good story. And it's like, it's not like,
I mean,
yeah.
it's a design. It's not like.
And then let's see.
It's not like it doesn't look like an A.
I'll do my upper body. This tattoo in the middle. Oh, actually, I forgot to mention. one of my best friends from Sacramento that I met through work. He's very religious, and he's a youth pastor, and I asked him for his favorite Bible verse, and then at first I was like, "Oh, can you write it down for me?" And then he was like, "I don't know if you want my handwriting on you. It's pretty bad." And I was like, "All right, I'll just find a cool font." And I found like an old school font to to have it on me. And moving forward, let's see. This is okay. The tattoo that I have right here, the picture is it's a butterfly. I have no idea what type of butterfly it is. I just went on Google and
Type of
searched up
butterfly?
like cool butterfly.
Valid.
And then this is like my only tattoo that I got just from me because I thought it was cool, and it's like in reference to Harry Styles.
Mm.
Harry Styles, his butterfly tattoo is actually like way bigger than mine. So when I told the girl that did it for me that it was like a reference to Harry Styles, she was like, "Do you want it that big?" And then she put the stencil on me to see how big the Harry Styles tattoo would be, and I was like, "Oh hell no!"
Nah, I'm good.
I downsized it a little bit, and then underneath in cursive it says "Kid of Youth," which is like my brand pretty much. If I was to ever start a brand, like I've always like been like, oh, I can start a brand. I'm gonna start a t-shirt brand. I'm gonna start like a clothing brand, and like so I made like a bunch of Kid of Youth stickers, and like I made a Kid of Youth shirt that Haley wears sometimes. And Kid of Youth, if you break down the first letter of the three words, it's KOY, which is koi, which is another tattoo that I'll get to later. And above it on my right pec, it says, "You don't love me anymore." And that is something that my grandma on my dad's side used to always say as like a loving joke. She like, because me and my sister would always mess with my grandma. Like we don't even call her Mama Terry anymore. We just call her Terry, like straight up.
Put it reversed.
So like, yeah, we always like she's very ticklish, so we tickle her a lot, and we're just always messing with her. So she always says, "I know you don't love me anymore." So this is another time when I was like, I need a fix. I need my tattoo fix. So I was like, can you write this down in Sharpie, and I'm gonna get it tatted. I got this one, the "You Don't Love Me Anymore" and the creeper at the same time, and I got the flower and the Bible verse on my leg at the same time. Those were the only times that I got tattoos, or more than one tattoo at one time. And on my left pec, this was actually my first ever tattoo. It says SVZ and then two little R's in the middle of the V, and that's obviously in reference to my family. So me, Seth, and then V for Vergara, Z for Zoe, my sister, RR, Romeo and Rowena for my parents. And originally, it was supposed to have like a circle around it with a like tribal design. But as soon as he finished this, he was like, "Do you want to move on to the tribal part?" And I was like, "This was my first tattoo." I was like, "No, please, I can't handle it
Please
anymore."
stop.
And I was like shaking. So I don't know if I'll ever go back to that tribal design. I kind of like the way it is now. So, but yeah, I designed that myself, and he brought it to life for me. So thank you. And let's see, I'll do my left arm first. I can kind of show you guys here, but on my forearm, I have a tiger with sunflowers surrounding him or her. I haven't genderized him.
Apparently you have.
I just called him a him. Yeah, him, her. So,
Gender's fluid. It depends on the day.
this tiger is in representation of my mom. She's Year of the Tiger in the
Twinsies.
Chinese zodiac.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, and then yeah, Year of the Tiger, which is actually cool because my grandma's Year of the Tiger and Haley's also Year of the Tiger.
Really?
Whoa.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So
Former Tiger Club.
yeah, and then sunflowers are just my mom's favorite flower. So this is for my mom. And then on the back side of my forearm, this is for my grandma that passed away in 2019. I think this was written on the day that she died, and I think this is the tattoo that I get questioned about the most because it doesn't really say anything. Like when my grandma passed away, she like woke up for a little bit and she was a little groggy and she was trying to speak but she couldn't because she was intubated. So my mom gave her a piece of paper and a pen and she was like, "Okay, just write what you want to say." So my grandma like started scribbling, and on the actual paper, the tattoo kind of like blended together over time, but it looks like it says today is 31, blah 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 blah, Wednesday. So I think she was just trying to figure out what day it was,
Mm.
and it was May 5th, 2019. So it was not a Wednesday, and it was not the 31st. I don't know what she was thinking, but yeah, as soon as she passed away, I think it was like the Saturday after she passed, I like went to the tattoo shop and got this done.
Mhm.
So I have that to remember her. And on the inside of my bicep, it says Philippians 4:13, which is another Bible verse, which is a I got this because of Stephen Curry also because it's his favorite Bible verse and he's my like favorite basketball player and I wanted a Bible verse and I never really felt connected to any of them before. So this one is obviously I can do all things through him who strengthens me. And it's in Haley's handwriting and I got this one in 2018. And I got this in the Philippines for $20. This was my second ever tattoo.
Steal.
Steal,
what I was
yeah.
gonna say.
My dad got like a whole calf tattoo for like 50.
What's
Like a big ass calf
USD?
tattoo, yeah.
That's
USD.
daylight robbery.
But that's good work too. And
Was
then-
it needle or was it like stick and poke?
Oh no, hell no, not stick and poke.
Yeah, what the little
Needle, yeah. Stick and poke. I don't think. I think the lady that does stick and poke in the Philippines, she only does like
The
three dots.
Yeah, because
like-
she doesn't take like commissions anymore. 'Cause,
Yeah.
like, I mean, she's getting old. She's about to pass and stuff.
Yeah.
I heard she be feeling up.
Oh
man.
yeah, no, I saw a video.
What?
She's like, there's this
She
dude.
be feeling up, man. Like full on grabbing, like.
Like the downstairs area?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I saw this video. This guy he got the three dots like under his belly button, right?
Okay.
And then and the video just cut to her going like this.
So,
She's like, "Ooh."
so it's just like, if you're not big enough, I won't tattoo you.
I don't know.
The price you pay for a free tattoo. I don't know.
Do I have?
And isn't technically like the three dots like her initials or whatever? Like that's how it was described. So like you're getting her name. Like
Probably. I don't know what it is.
yeah.
But moving forward, I only have three tattoos left. On my wrist, this says Koi, and if you don't know me, I make music, and my artist name is Koi, and that originated from my sister calling me Koi Magoy instead of like Kuya, and then it just like I don't know. I think I was like on her phone one time. And I saw that my name on her phone was Koi Magoy. And I was like, what the hell is this Koi Magoy thing? And she's like, I don't know. That's just what I call you. And I was like, oh, cool. I'm going to take Koi. And then I took Koi. And then I like made that my brand name. And at first, before Kid of Youth, it was going to be Killer of Youth. And I was like, that sounds illegal. So like, what else could it be? And I was like, Kid of Youth. Oh, I'm just a kid of youth. Like, always at heart. A kid at heart, basically, is the meaning behind it that I gave it. It's not like actual meaning.
Hey.
And then on the other inside of my bicep, this is our like family crest, I would say. It's like a V. If you see on the picture, there's the V, and then tribe, like a tiki hut tribe thingy. So it's like for Vergara tribe. That's what my dad like named our family clan is like the Vergara tribe. It says it on like our boat. Our family group chat is Vergara tribe. We've always just been the Vergara. I think his Instagram name is Vergara tribe. But yeah, we've always been known as the Vergara tribe. And then on the back of my what is this? Tricep, like the lower part of my tricep, is a shaka, and that one is for my dad because in any picture, pretty much if he's like standing or like honestly any picture of my dad, he's always doing the shaka. So that's just for my dad. I love my dad. Yeah, and I think that's it. Obviously going to get more, so we can do a part 2 in the future. I'm pretty sure these two are going to get more in the future. But I think that's all of my tattoos. Pretty sure. Unless I have one that I'm just not remembering. But we'll move on to Jalen.
I'm not gonna lie. I thought you were gonna do one, and then we were gonna slide.
Oh!
No, you're fine.
I thought that you guys like, damn, we're just all in.
I was not prepared to talk for that long. Like in a
That honestly would have been better.
Alright, restart now.
So it's not just me talking for like 15 minutes
No, you're
straight.
fine.
Let's go. We gotta
My fault.
continuity.
Unless you wanted to bounce back and point them.
Yeah, I say all of mine, and then they just start bouncing back. My fault. My fault.
No,
It's
you're
all
cool.
good, bro. It's all good.
I'll go in chronological order. That's just easier for me to think about.
That's smart.
So on all of my tattoos are on my
Put
left
the
side.
guns away, bro.
Oh, I'm trying to flex on us.
I'm
Put
just
the
trying
guns
to-
away.
How do you? There you go. Let's try to put it like that. All of my tattoos are on my left side. I don't know why, but like, I just thought it would be cool to have one side of my body that was tattooed and one side that was not.
Clean. pretty
Yeah,
much.
like what? Like
You want to look like an anatomy model on the textbook?
yeah, something like that. I don't know.
On my supinated side is the.
I was thought it would just be easier to hide, like in a situation where I ever needed to hide it. Like it's just I could wear a shooter sleeve or something. Like
That's true. Yeah.
if I go to Japan, you
Our
know,
AI?
Shooter sleeve. Hey! I'm reaching for my wallet.
Just imagine like he's wearing like a normal fit and he's like wearing a shooter sleeve. Or like an interview or something, he rolls up his sleeve and you see like a shooter sleeve. What are you doing, bro?
listen.
That's funny. That's just funny train of thought.
No, yeah, I don't know. It's like I was trying to think of ways I could hide it without like still having like part of my body exposed. I don't know. But yeah, the first tattoo I ever got is on my inner bicep. It's Simba from Lion King, like the cave art Simba, but it's as Black Panther. Story behind that.
Did Meech have that? No, Meech
Meech
has
has just regular Simba.
Okay,
Yeah. Same Simba, just minus Black Panther. His is
Just the plain.
Yeah, the
Simba.
actual cave painting.
yeah. I think it was his on his chest. I like the tattoo a lot. So, anyway, but that one I was with some friends. We were going down to Disneyland for one of their birthdays, and like on our way down, the entire time, one of them was just like, "Oh, so we're getting tattoos this trip?" Because he was the only one at the time that had tattoos, and like the rest of us were like, "Oh yeah, I'm down." But like in my head, this was a joke because like we went here to go to Disneyland. We didn't come to get tattoos. So I thought it was just gonna be like I thought it was just something he was saying. But like as the trip went on, he was just like, "Okay, I'm looking up shops. Like I'm gonna do it. Like we're gonna do it." And like we got to the day, and he was like, "Okay, so we're gonna book this place or what?" And I was like, "Oh shit! Like
I was like,
we're actually doing it." Like
let me call my mom. real quick.
oh fuck! But yeah. So I was just like trying to find something that I wouldn't mind having on my body for the rest of my life, like. And I felt like this was one that was really speaking to me. Obviously for Black Panther, obviously for Simba, but just like I think the way that I've explained getting it over the years is just like it's a combination of a tattoo for my brother because his favorite movie is Lion King, or favorite Disney movie, and then for my dad whose favorite superhero is Black Panther, and two very important people in my life, obviously. Next tattoo I got, I actually started going big. I got a Shenron from Dragon Ball Z, or Dragon Ball, but Z,
ripped
Kai, Super. We have to Akira Toriyama. This one also from my brother because like that's probably like one of the number one things that we bonded over growing up, like playing Dragon Ball video games, like pretending to try to go Super Saiyan, trying to do the Kamehameha, like all that. I knew I wanted a dragon, like in general, but I didn't know what kind of dragon I could get, and like without feeling like I was ripping off somebody, I guess. I don't know. So I felt like this was the best way I could do it because it was something that was important to me, but also like a dragon, obviously. Third one I got, I'm pretty sure the next one I got was Buzz Lightyear. That one's for me. I feel like everybody who knows me knows that I love Buzz Lightyear. There was a time where literally every time I went to Disneyland, I was wearing the same ass shirt. And I remember people would be like, "You literally just be wearing that same shirt every time, huh?" Like I have like I think there's like a Twitter thread of me and Nick like going back and forth about how I'm wearing this shirt all the time.
You said Twitter thread?
Yeah.
I don't remember interacting with you on Twitter.
Oh, maybe it was Zane. I don't know. My bad.
Probably.
But yeah, Buzz Lightyear is like my all-time favorite Disney character. As a kid, like I watched Toy Story millions of times. I had multiple Buzz Lightyear toys. Like everybody who like, or once I started to show people this tattoo, they were like, "Oh, I knew you were gonna get that." Like since you were a kid, like there was no question about that.
I'm pretty sure your contact photo on my phone is your Instagram profile picture, your
Yeah.
old one, whereas like you and Buzz Lightyear.
Yeah. See, there you go.
There's a diehard right here.
I am. No, genuinely, that's my dude.
Meat writing. No, I'm just kidding.
Um, Next one I got was this Flash one. Uh, I knew I wanted a yin yang, but I also wanted it to be different, just because like I didn't want it just a regular yin yang. Um, and then I also knew I wanted something. I wanted to incorporate something with the Flash, like eventually with the tattoo. And I thought this was the perfect way to do it. I was a big fan of the CW Flash with Grant Gustin,
Yes, sir.
and there was one episode where like I can't remember which season it is. I want to say season 6, where like the Speed Force is dying, and like the Dawn is trying to bring back the negative Speed Force or something, and like Barry just goes on this whole journey of like trying to find balance.
Yeah.
And I felt like I'm pretty sure I got this before then, but I felt like that really encapsulated like why I wanted this tattoo, because you know with Barry, like he's been through so much, like losing his mom, losing his dad, like people accusing his dad of killing his mom, and everything like that. And it just made me think of how there's so much good in the world, there's so much bad in the world, but like it's really up to you to find that balance. What was that prayer that they said in the Flashpoint movie? Do you remember?
Oh no, I don't remember.
It was like, Lord, give me the strength to change, or no, sorry. Give me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change.
Yeah.
Give me the strength to change the things I can, and give me the wisdom to know the difference. And I was like, yeah, damn, I need something to remind me of that.
I'm not gonna lie, I never knew it was a Flash tattoo.
Really?
I don't think I like ever like
Like looked at the
stared at it
details?
because I always knew it was a yin yang
Yeah.
or yin yang, but I never like saw that was like the
The lightning bolts.
The
in there?
lightning bolts in
Yeah.
there.
It's like, what are the Z stand for?
It's actually Zergs. Which one did I get next? I think the next one I got was the one on my chest. I have a sun tattoo for.
You have a son?
I have a sun. It's a tribal sun.
What's his name?
No, I was gonna make something up, but I can't think of it. But no, like the actual sun, not like SUN, not SON.
The gas giant.
For multiple reasons, I felt like I wanted a sun for like to represent day. There's this book from when I was in middle school called Legend. I don't know if you guys read that.
Sounds vaguely familiar.
By Marie Lu. I also read it again in high school. Was that who? No, Christina. I was like, wait. But no, yeah, I pulled it up just because I wanted to remember it word for word. But there's a quote in there that says, "Each day means a new 24 hours. Each day means everything's possible again. You live in the moment, you die in the moment, you take it all one day at a time." And I was like, damn,
That's a fucking bar,
right? And I was like, damn, ever since then, I knew that I wanted some kind of like representation of a sun on my body.
That's kind of crazy. Sorry to interrupt.
No,
your
go
story,
ahead.
but I've always wanted a moon tattoo. But I don't know why. That's just like,
You just called to it?
yeah, because like I've always been like more of a night person.
Yeah.
And I know like it just seems like like beautiful.
No, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like it has nothing to do with like it has no deeper meaning. I'm like a huge Twilight fan or some shit. But I've always wanted a moon. But sorry for interrupting.
No, you're cool.
Keep going.
Do you know what phase you would get? Or just like a full moon?
Do you think
or?
full moon would look better or a crescent moon?
I think crescent.
Yeah, because I have a crescent moon necklace. It has a face on it, and then like the eye is like a ruby.
Mm-hmm.
Like so, like if anyone out there knows hard jewelry, I have the Luna tattoo or not tattoo, Luna necklace. So yeah.
Would you get anything along with the crescent or just the crescent?
Oh, I mean, what else would you get? Some flowers or
I
some
don't
clouds
know.
or something?
I don't know.
I don't know. I think I just get, but like I think because I think about placement, and I don't know where that kind of shape would go, like fit well on the body.
It's right here.
On your chest?
Like I keep thinking of like I keep thinking of like a face tattoo, like instead of a teardrop, it's
Fucking that shit not gonna fly, bro.
Hey, that'd be kind of wrong. If you could pull that
that
off,
should be fire, right?
that
But
should be fire.
I need to be a celebrity first before I do that. Be a trap.
Oh, shit.
Nah, but yeah, keep going with the sun.
Um,
The SON.
so because of that book, I really liked it a lot. That quote really spoke to me. Also, gonna get a little, not dark, just real. When we were seniors, I had a friend who died in a car accident. She was killed by a drunk driver coming home from prom, and
Was it from Logan?
from Logan, yeah.
I remember that.
Her name's Shane, and when she died, we were looking for ways to like remember her, and we always said that like she was so bright, she was like the sun. So that was another reason why I wanted to get a sun tattoo, just in honor of her. Um, and then also like the way that the tribal design was done, like there's almost like J's in the middle of it. And that was like the way that I had to explain it. I wanted something shaped like a J. So for my family, all four of my families are J's. It's my dad, John, my mom, Julie, my brother, Jordan, and then me, Jalen. So yeah, and then I was trying to get all those elements together, and that came to the final design of it being a tribal sun.
Nice.
And then after that, I got the bear tattoo.
The wolf.
Everybody, but yeah, a lot of people for some reason I don't know if they're just not looking at it carefully. I mean, it is a little like
I think
on the farther side of my
I could kind of
arm.
see like this one.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna
No,
say.
yeah,
The
I can
little
see
one,
the little one.
bear looks like a wolf,
but like
this
the
is
bigger
obviously
one,
a
I
bear,
feel like
bro.
it's clearly a bear. That one, this one is like just. It was supposed to be like a congratulations gift to myself, like from graduating from Berkeley. Honestly, because I was like,
Still flexing on it.
Okay, Mr. Graduates.
No, Berkeley grad too. Damn, that's
Berkeley.
it was hard, dude. Especially like, okay, I'm gonna be completely honest. If COVID wasn't a thing, probably would not have graduated. Like
I've been telling you, bro.
I'm gonna keep that 100%. But
Zoom University saved me.
but
bro.
also at the same time, going to college during COVID was not easy either. It's like there was a lot of challenges that came with that in itself. Like I definitely made passing easier, but also like the actual learning and the actual like having the motivation to do anything.
Yeah.
You know that sucked. So in my head, well, there's still like an asterisk next to my degree in my head. It's I still have a degree, and you know it's from arguably one of the best universities in the world. So that
Apparently it's the number one
public
university, right?
back and forth to UCLA, but yeah, who cares about that?
I think I'd take Berkeley over UCLA
No, I wouldn't.
in
Not
academics
anymore.
or
in
what?
academics.
I-
I mean,
I think it depends
just
on what
like,
you're
and like
Yeah.
studying.
and like prestige. I like.
In prestige, yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
prestige
it was the
name-
first. It was the first
sounds-
UC. Like
There you
know.
Yeah, but having gone there, I would not go there again, bro. If I had the
Oh no,
chance
yeah,
to.
I'm not gonna lie.
No, but funny story, right? So Jay's over here talking about how hard it was for him and shit, bro. I'll tell you the story right now. Like freshman year, it was so funny because so me and Jay both graduated from Berkeley, and we lived together our first year. So we lived in this co-op, which is pretty much like a shared house instead of dorms, called Casa Joaquin. So if you're going to Berkeley,
Joaquin.
look that up.
if you're going to Berkeley and you need
Housing,
housing and you're like low income or
Yeah.
you know,
Look that
first
up.
gen student,
Green Lighting Institute.
Yeah.
It's also on frat row, so if you like to get down like that, easier. So
All
like
the
we have
parties.
this thing. I don't know if it's like across the board for colleges, but Dead Week is like a week before finals, and that's when you have no classes slotted. Like nobody has classes that week unless you're
Time
going
to
some-
study, right?
Yeah, unless you're going to some supplemental shit that's like informal. But
Mhm.
generally, like there's no formally scheduled classes. That's like your week to grind, study, make sure you're good for finals, right? So you know the whole house is obviously not just me and Jay. We have like 30, 40-ish people.
This
right?
guy's already laughing.
And so like
I
you know like
I remember this story too.
generally during those times of the semester, our house is pretty quiet. Everyone's studying, everyone's grinding. We had a basement area called the dungeon, and a lot of people would be there too, right? So I'm over here studying my ass off, you know, trying to pass my classes. I'm like, I'm kind of bored. Let me take a quick break. Let me see what Jay's doing. This motherfucker in his room playing Fortnite. Not a lick of studying done, bro.
I passed all my classes.
Hey, Fortnite was hot, bro. 2018,
That was
beginning
like
of
the start- that
2018,
was
bro.
like the
Yeah.
start of-
I was
of-
playing on my MacBook with like my PS4 controller, PS3 controller.
I remember like just standing outside his door, like, should I bother him? What if he's studying hard too? So I was like, fuck it, you know, he'll understand. I'm not gonna like, yo, Jay, what's up? He's over here like just gaming. And I'm like, damn, bro. All of us out here stressing. He just don't give a fuck. But just funny story.
No, dude. During that week, I finished How I Met Your Mother and I played Fortnite. That was literally all I did. Like,
Did not study at all.
I mean, I did a quick review session, like, because
Yeah.
a lot of my classes, like, they had not mandatory, but like, you know, like if you want to come in. So I went to those.
Yeah,
but like,
and also granted, it was freshman year, so a lot of gen ed classes.
yeah,
right?
it wasn't
yeah.
like anything too
It's
difficult.
like shit you did in high school already, pretty much.
Yeah. So I was like, I'll be fine. It'll be all right.
Yeah, but just funny story about this boy Jay. All right, what's the next one?
I'm just gonna finish this up real
Oh,
quick.
my fault.
But so yeah, I got my degree in African American Studies.
Mhm.
So, and I wanted some tie to that, but like also I just wanted to get stars on me. So I got the Big and Little Dipper, and as you know, the Little Dipper has the North Star on it.
Okay. Okay.
So North Star was used for the slaves trying to find freedom, trying to get out of slavery, obviously. So I wanted that aspect of me, like always knowing I have some sense of direction, somewhere to go, you know. And then, yeah, the last one that I got is this Spider-Man on my leg.
You have one more after.
Oh, I have two. Sorry. Yes, sorry.
Yeah.
My bad. Joel, I'm sorry. I didn't forget.
He's just watching that. Fuck me, huh?
Something right there, buddy.
the one in bright red, too.
Bright red.
But, sorry. Second to last one I got was Spider-Man Miles Morales. It's mainly in reference to this Into the Spider-Verse movie when Miles takes his leap of faith. That entire scene is just like ever since I watched it, like I've been obsessed with that shit. That's just so dope. Like the idea of him like jumping and then how the camera flips because he's not like falling anymore, like he is rising. I was like, damn, that shit hard. So I wanted to get like a Miles Morales tattoo just because, you know, Spider-Man was my like other favorite character from Marvel. He's black, like, you know, it was like another someone that like I can look to and like see representation for it in media. So I, you know, just thought that was really cool. So yeah, that scene. I also have a little sunflower on it, you know, just from the movie.
Post Malone?
Yeah. No, yeah, that is in reference to my goddaughter. She actually has the sunflower sprout on her wrist.
Okay.
So, and like we were talking about it one time, she was like, "I think it'd be cool if like you would have a sunflower on you somewhere." And I was like, "Yeah, I'd love that." So,
How old's your goddaughter?
she's not that. She's 3 years younger than us. She's not like goddaughter through confirmation, not like.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
21.
Were you 4 when she was your goddaughter?
No, I sponsored her when we were seniors. No, freshman in college.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
So yeah, it was actually supposed to be in color just because like her sprout is green and I wanted it to be like green and yellow, but I think there was some kind of miscommunication with my artist at the time. It still looks cool. I think it would have been more meaningful, but I think it looks better in black and white with just the red for Spider-Man's logo and everything like that.
Wait, so were you planning on doing the whole thing in color or just the flower?
No, everything is right. Like it's supposed to be black and white, and then the red logo, like in his first chest, and then the flower is supposed to be in color too.
Okay.
Just those two aspects. Yeah, and then sorry, the most recent one I got is the Anbu tattoo from Naruto. It's a matching tattoo I got with our friend Joel. Shout out my homeboy. Yeah, we got it. It was started off kind of as a joke, just because I was like, Joel, when are you gonna get a tattoo? Like, I feel like you should have one at this point. He's like, no, I don't really want to get one if like it's not gonna be meaningful. Or like the only reason I would get one is if like it was for like a kid or, you know, like my mom or something. But like even then, probably not. So probably like a matching tattoo, and I'd be like, okay, so when are we gonna get it? Like, well, what can we get? And we were coming up with all these ideas. Originally, I wanted to get like these swords from Demon Slayer. And I thought that would have been hella cool. Like these two swords that I found were dope as hell, but his mom was like, no weapons, and I was like, all right, fine, valid. I can't argue with your mom. But so we came up with Naruto, and I think it worked out perfectly because it was like the first anime that I had watched that Joel had recommended to me, and you know, Naruto is all about friendship. The whole idea of like,
is it?
Like it's one of the biggest themes, I feel like.
Oh, because like how like the redemption of Sasuke and shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
And also like the quote from Kakashi about how like those who break the rules in the ninja world are scum. Like that's true.
Oh,
but,
yeah, during the training.
Yeah, but those that would abandon their friends just to obtain the rules or like uphold the rules are even worse than scum. And I'm like, yeah, I feel like that's a perfect matching tattoo to get with one of your best friends. So yeah, that's all 8 of mine.
That's funny. Since you brought up Naruto, bless you. Did you watch it or read it? Watched it, right?
I watched it, yeah.
Yeah. So apparently, like, there's a discourse on like whether or not the third Hokage is like the worst person ever.
Oh yeah,
in the
absolutely horrible.
And then it's funny because like people like reference like the money scene a lot, like him like, here's your money, like don't spend it all in one place. Type
Naruto?
Shit. Yeah,
yeah,
and like all this. So, but like apparently, I was looking into that. That's just filler. That's not canon. Like it doesn't exist in the manga. So like, I guess when they were animating it, they didn't know like how the characters would play out yet because it wasn't written yet. So
Right.
they made that as filler. So like him I mean, you could still argue that he was kind of negligent of Naruto, but or like neglecting him, but those things like didn't actually happen. Like they're not actually canon, but it was just like a funny thought.
Oh yeah.
Because the people like love to bash on the third Hokage, like, you know, Naruto, he's the reason Naruto didn't have any friends. He didn't give a shit about him. He like Danzo, you know,
I
did what he
mean,
did.
even if it is filler, the fact that you had Sasuke and Naruto, both of them are orphans. Sasuke living in this like nice ass apartment, like having
Well,
a
it
good ass
wasn't
food.
actually a nice apartment. Like in the manga, it's the family house.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I mean, either way, it just it's funny discourse. Like I have no opinion of it. I stopped reading Naruto a long time ago and never.
Yeah.
Got, I like read it up to a certain point, and I stopped. And I was like, years later when I finished, I was like, I wonder what they're up to. So I read like the last chapter. I was, damn, everyone just married off to each other.
Pretty much.
But yeah, just a funny side. So I guess it's my turn. I have the least amount of tattoos compared to,
But also
The two
in
guys, yeah.
comparison, like
and I also feel kind of bad because like, you know, Seth and Jay both had like very meaningful, very like great responses to why they got inked and what it is and stuff. And I was like, most of mine just I just thought shit was cool.
Yeah,
Like,
hey,
That's a
nothing-
valid
there's
reason.
Nothing wrong with that.
So I think in surface area though, I am somewhat close to both
yeah.
of you.
Definitely.
I think
don't-
we're
I don't
still.
think I surpassed
no,
you.
you're
No
not.
one's-
Yeah,
I
a
think we're
lot
still
of-
ahead, but
A lot of mine are very small.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I honestly think you could be past. Well, maybe because of my
Yeah, your
tiger one, like
definitely-
made up for a lot of my
Yeah.
small ones.
Mhm.
But I feel like if I didn't have this tiger one, I honestly think you would have more
Probably.
in terms of surface area.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Maybe,
hard.
maybe, yeah.
So I mean, I'm planning on filling in the inside. So once that's filled in, I'll probably beat you out.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'll
I'm,
probably
I'm,
beat both of you out. if you
I'm,
guys
I'm
don't
getting the
make
I'm
me
getting the
make-
backside too.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah, you
My
already have
forearm.
plans for it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I have
We'll talk about that after.
most of
Yeah.
my arm. We got to.
We'll talk about future tats after Nick's
Yeah.
done.
Most of my left leg.
Okay, so I'll go chronologically too. So,
Ooh.
so this whole thing, this outer arm, some people call it a half sleeve because technically the inside's not done. So this was done in throughout 4 sessions. Each was like 6 to 8 hours, so about 30 hours, 20-ish, 24-ish to 30 hours of work for this. So I first started off with this Chinese guardian lion. Other cultures might know it as foo dog. And so this was done in 2 sessions. This is like 16 hours. So I made very clear, like I did a lot of research because like I didn't. If you know people who have foo dog tattoos, they all have one particular one. Like I'm sure you can picture the image. Is like whenever someone has like the Zeus statue tattoo, you know exactly which statue I'm talking about. It's like that same thing.
Sorry, no, I had to burp.
Oh.
I don't want to burp randomly.
And so I made sure that this was like a different looking one than the standard one that most people would seem to get. Also, you can't really see because the arm is cut off here. But so in like the culture, male lions generally have like a ball that they're playing with that's in their hand, and then the females ones would have like a cub at their hand, and that's how you just put the distinction. So mine had a ball on it, but it was cut off right here, so you don't see the paw and the ball. But this was done first, and then July 2023, I went back to the same artist, got this temple done. So originally I had a different temple planned, but it just didn't fit right with the
Composition.
yeah, I was going to say the architecture, but yeah, the composition of the tattoo. So me and the artist, we went off to find a different temple that fit better, and that's what we landed up on. Below that is some of Seth, koi.
Yes, sir.
There's 2 koi here.
Represent.
Swimming in opposite directions, and then this like the pond setting, you can see like the ripples in the water. And so the reason why I came up with this tattoo was just because like I've always wanted tattoos ever since I was young. And I feel kind of ashamed to say this, but like I'm also like kind of like inspired a little bit by like the kind of triad type tattoos, like the designs they have and like the motifs they use. Obviously, I'm not gang affiliated, but
I don't know. I'm just gonna say I've never seen you and a gang in the same room.
that's crazy, man. Secret double life. But and so the reason why I think generally people they probably would assume like the temple would be the biggest portion because like the other things are like things within a temple or like things you'd find within a temple. But the reason why I got the Chinese guardian lion the biggest thing and on top too, it's for 2 reasons. One, I think it just fit the body flow better, like it being kind of rounded at the top with the head and stuff. But also like the way I saw it was like it's overlooking the temple, like it's kind of like protecting the temple.
Being
That's
the
the
guardian dog. then,
yeah, that's the way I saw it. So that's why I had it like kind of above the temple, and then the koi and everything. It doesn't represent anything specific. Just like shit you would find in like a normal Chinese temple. You usually find ponds there with koi and other goldfish and whatever. So that's why I got it. another reason was also kind of like around the same time as like when COVID started happening, and I remember like I saw like on the news a lot, like a lot of Asian, especially elderly, were just getting like attacked in public out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Just kind of fueled by that anti-Asian hate that was going around because the COVID first like patient zero was from China, and so I kind of just wanted to get something to represent the culture.
For the culture.
It's like I sound altruistic, but it's really just because I thought it was cool. But yeah, that's pretty much the whole story behind it. All of this was done by the same artist. Um, Here I have Kurumi, the Sanrio character. So if you know me like that, I like Hello Kitty a lot. It comes from my mom. So my mom is like an OG Hello Kitty girl. Like before the term was even used to describe girls that would ruin your life. She's been loving Hello Kitty, and she kind of passed that love of like Hello Kitty and like its associated characters to me because I grew up with it. But I made a joke to my mom. I was like, I would never like I'll get a Hello Kitty tattoo when you pass. So I wasn't gonna get that tattooed. But I really like the character of Kurumi. Also, like I've always like in gaming anyway, like I've always used like Sinister as a username. So I feel like it just kind of fit like because Kurumi, like if you really watch like the cartoons and shit, like this is not a bad person. I mean, first of all, it's like the antagonist of my Melody, but like she's not a bad person. I think a lot of times like she's just misunderstood, and I feel that way a lot too. And so like that kind of just resonated with me. When you see the picture of it, you'll see that a lot of it's faded, even though it's relatively new. I got it in January of this year, but the artist that I went to ended up kind of overworking a little bit, made some mistakes, so that's why it healed the way it did. I'll be going back to him in the summer for a touch up, and then I'll be looking better. Last tattoo I currently have is Chopper from One Piece. I've started following One Piece from. I mean, the series itself is so long. A lot of stuff I don't even remember just because
started in 1999, didn't
that's
it?
what I'm saying, bro. So, I mean, hey, I was born there too. I started there too. So
We all did.
Grew up with it.
no, yeah. So I think it's the only like one of the OG mangas like because I think the trio they call it's like Naruto.
The big three:
Yeah.
Naruto, Bleach, and One Piece.
Although I feel like Bleach kind of doesn't belong there. I feel like you could replace that with Dragon Ball.
No,
Right.
they call Dragon Ball the grandfather of anime.
But yeah, so it's like pretty much one of the longest series I've like ever kept up with. Like to this day, I'm still reading updates.
Same.
And so I really wanted to get like a character from there. I like cute shit, so I was like, I don't really want to get like some edgy Zoro tattoo or something. So I like Chopper because like one of the running gags in this series is like he's seen as a pet of the crew. So his bounty is always hella low. Like his captain Luffy, the main character, he has is it 3 billion? A 3 billion bounty because he's one of the emperors and stuff. And like all the supporting cast in the crew also have like hundreds of millions, if not 1 billion. And so his is I believe 1,000.
I think he hit quadruple digits. In the very beginning, he was only like 25 or 50.
$50.
Yeah, like the currency.
No one cared about him.
No, because they think it's a pet.
Just a pet.
Like, they don't understand he's like a full-fledged member. Like there was also a running gag where like one of the members they didn't use his like actual picture, they used a drawing on the bounty, and he looked hella ugly. I mean, Frankie's is not even him; it's just a picture of the ship.
Robot, yeah.
It's Sunny, but yeah. So I got Chopper. It's a look he had during the Wano era, where like they were in Japan, so to speak, and like there's a bunch of samurais and stuff. Because I'm like kind of partial because I don't know if I like the old design or the new design better. Like when he had the plus sign hat versus the one he's wearing now. Like I didn't quite understand. So I narrowed it down to 2 images. I had one where he was eating cotton candy, and then I had this one. And then I was talking to my brother about it. He's like, well, you already kind of have like Asian style tattoos on your left arm. Like, why don't you just go with the samurai and it kind of fits the theme, so to speak? I was like, you know what? You're right. Plus, I also kind of like that one anyway. Like, how when you have two options, but you already kind of lean towards one, you just need that one person to push you over the edge for it. So that's why I felt. So that's why I ended up getting this one. It also didn't heal quite as much as I wanted to. Like, you can see it's kind of missing an eyebrow. Some colors have already kind of came off a little bit. But I got these both on the same day by the same person. So, like I said, in the summer, I'm planning to go back, and then we'll get it looking right. But,
Summer?
Yeah, because the way it was healing, like I didn't want to rush into it. Like I want to make sure like I gave it adequate time to heal and go back to its like original condition of the skin before I go back to get it redone. So I've been in talks with him. He said, to DM me a month before you want to get it done. We'll get that locked. Hopefully he hooks it up, and we'll be solid from there. But yeah, that's the end of mine. I don't have any more. So
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
we are all planning to get
We're
some
all
more.
planning.
We all are still missing a stitch.
That's true.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna remember that for the rest of my life if we don't get it.
Yeah, we all. I think it was like one of our podcast days. We were just talking about, hey, we should get a
Matching.
matching
Yeah.
tattoo for the three of us. And at first, it was like we can get the rice bowl that's in every thumbnail
Yeah.
of the pod, which I still think would be a cool
Yeah,
tat.
I would still wouldn't mind it. But it was like, all right, we have a decent
Yeah,
idea.
I was like,
let's shelf it and see
yeah.
what else
Yeah.
we might potentially come up with.
And then
We came up with
kept
a
going.
funny ass one. It was like we were literally all gonna
Oh
get
my
matching
God.
tattoos that said, matching
Matching
tattoo.
tattoo.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
I
words
love
matching
it.
tattoo.
And then Jay,
Yeah.
I think it was like the next day when they got
I
home, they're
woke
like,
up.
he's like, hey guys, I've been thinking about the matching tattoo.
It's like,
tattoo.
I'm not
and,
high anymore.
I don't think we should do that. And then I was like, all right, we should not, definitely not. So then
I'm not gonna lie, I was still down to get it just because like it's so
It's
bad.
funny.
It's funny.
No,
yeah.
That was my thought process.
It's definitely funny.
I think we were gonna do it in Comic Sans too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
just basic ass.
But then we did some more brainstorming, and we decided on getting a matching Stitch tattoo.
Yeah, the what was it? Experiment
626.
Yeah, just
Like
like,
the one when he's holding his blasters. Right?
yeah, because like there's 3 of them, and it's like represent each blaster's
Each
one of
blaster's
us.
one
So
of us.
we were gonna go on a Disney trip last year, I think, right, or 2 years ago.
But then money started getting.
Yeah, I mean for these 2 broke. No, I'm playing.
Damn!
I'm playing.
Had to get married. My bad.
I'm playing. No. But yeah, so our plan didn't come to fruition. That was when we were gonna get it. I've thought about getting my own Stitch tattoo, but I was like, there's no point because
Fucked up, bro.
if we're gonna get it,
Could
like,
you imagine? I'd be hella mad. I ain't gonna lie.
what if I got that specific tattoo?
Yeah, if you just got it, but I'd just be like, damn, that's crazy.
All right, so let's set it up. When we get it?
Imagine, okay, I feel like when we do end up getting it, like I'm pretty sure the same guy's gonna do like back to back to back, right?
Probably.
Imagine he gets better over time. So the first person that goes, his tattoo's hella fucked
I got
up.
laughs.
Let's go. Nick, your last sucker.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
Oh fuck. No, that'd be your first. That'd be your first.
You're trying to play it off now. Don't try to play it off now, bro.
I'm cool in the middle. That means that he'll be like the most consistent at that point. Probably. He's still like
Nah, I
fresh.
We've never gotten tattooed by the same people before, but like,
We've gotten close.
yeah, like me and Jay, when I got these tattoos done,
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I was texting Jay. I was like, yeah, I found an artist in Concord. He's like, oh, where in Concord? I gave him the name of the shop. He's like, oh, I got tattooed there before
Yeah,
too.
2 of mine are from there.
And so, but I mean, like, you guys knowing me, like how I'm pretty meticulous about this kind of shit. Like, I wouldn't go to some random person. Like, if I wasn't satisfied with like the art portfolio, I wouldn't even consider it.
Right.
So there's no way like we're gonna get shit tattoos.
Oh yeah.
That's true. That's
Like,
true.
So just putting that out there. But yeah, whenever we
I
get
honestly would go to that Concord guy if he just
Yeah,
darkened it a
We
little bit
just
more.
colored it in.
Yeah, but
correctly.
like
yeah,
I like the style of like the cartoon.
fuck it. Hey,
type.
once my shit's such that. All right, so he charges $200 an hour.
yeah, it's not.
So like
the entire
these
shop.
were done. I had him booked for a 4-hour session. We finished in 3.
Mhm.
So realistically, maybe 2-ish hours, 1.5 will be done with us. Considering depending on how big we want it. So we can probably get that in a day. So whenever y'all are ready, because I got the bread.
I try to build off of that. The dude that tattooed me in same spot in Concord, he tattooed me, my goddaughter, and then 2 other people that I don't really talk to anymore. but
Look how we know who you're talking about.
but yeah, he was tattooing. He was supposed to tattoo all 4 of us, but he needed a break, and he actually like gave us money to go to a taco spot like
Oh,
2
shit.
places down. And I
Nah,
was like,
that sounds dope.
and I was like, damn, bro, like you're giving us money to get
Yeah.
to get food? Like he was like, yeah, sure. I do this for my clients all the time. Like, don't even worry about it. I'm like,
What a stand-up
oh,
guy.
damn, like
What a dude.
what a nice guy. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe in the summer after
summer?
my honeymoon.
This summer?
Summer's
Yeah.
cool, but then we can't swim, and it's hot. It's gonna be hella
Do you
hot this
swim?
summer.
Do you swim a lot?
In the summer?
Yeah, in
can't
the
remember-
summer I go.
When I
boating.
say swim, I mean like
The last time I
get in
was-
the water,
Yeah,
like not like
last time I was in a body of water was
boating.
maybe like I don't be like, I don't got a pool in my backyard like that. I don't
Yeah,
really be going out to like the beach.
I ain't
or
even gonna
anything.
lie. Like, if I really want to go swimming, I'll go to Meridian Court and I'll say that I'm here to save Milani's
Oh.
family.
You actually do that?
Dude, I've done it at least 2 or 3 times.
That's
I'll be like,
crazy.
I'm here for. I'm not gonna give out her
Yeah,
address,
yeah,
obviously.
but-
But I'm like, I'm here for blah 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 blah, and then I'll just hop the fence. And I'll go
crazy.
swimming.
That's actually wild. I gotta tell May that.
I told her straight up, like,
Okay.
dude, I'm letting you know right now that this is happening. Like,
How about we just set like a tentative date for the summer, and then we'll reconvene then and see what's up.
I come back from
Maybe.
my honeymoon on the 17th of July.
I'm down.
That's after my birthday. I'm not tripping over that.
All right,
But
all right, we got it done. Then y'all heard it. Y'all heard it here.
can we say August?
Yeah, let's do
yeah,
let's
okay.
do
Let's
do a
okay.
date in August. Let's
Okay.
plan for August.
Because by then it'll be cooling down. I don't know.
Mm.
Now,
Not
with
really.
global warming, it's
We
not
have
cool
Indian
until
summer
December.
now.
Yeah, it might be
That's-
heating up, buddy.
yeah.
It's not cool
So-
until December, bro.
But for real.
No, but yeah.
Honestly, yeah.
August date. Okay.
Alright.
How much time we have left?
We're at the 50-minute mark. We can keep going.
All right. So, what do you want to talk about? Like,
Do you guys have any other future
Yeah,
tattoos?
I have a bunch of future, but I had a question for you guys.
Okay.
Which tattoo was the most painful, or like
Oh.
which area for you guys was the most painful?
I have two that. Well, okay. I have three that come to my mind
I
immediately.
think you guys are more qualified to speak about this because, like, mine are
Yeah,
all.
I mean, you can
general
still,
beast.
you can still say which part was the most painful.
for
you.
what
It's
you
like
have
for
on your
you.
body,
It's
yeah.
for you.
Yeah.
Do you want me to go first?
Yeah.
Sure.
Like,
Okay,
if-
so for me, I have a relatively high pain tolerance. Like, plus I'm stubborn.
my
Like,
bad, tough guy.
no, like I'm one of those people. Like, if I set my mind on getting something specifically, like a tattoo, right, I'm gonna sit through. I don't care how much it hurts.
Oh, no, for sure.
Like, we'll figure out something. Like, shit, maybe I'll take some numbing cream because I'm not someone who thinks you have to earn a tattoo, or like I'll just literally sit through it. AirPods in, whatever. So it wasn't a specific location, but it's just like the way my tattoo artist did this part, like this tattoo, was like when he dry wipes.
Oof.
Mhm.
And so like at least like halfway through the session, it's not even about getting inked anymore. It's just like, bro, that shit hurt more
Yeah.
than actual because it's like I was like,
The hard ass
dude,
napkin.
yeah, the hard ass, the brown
Yeah,
texture.
yeah, bro. Yeah, that's the hard ass napkin, bro.
But if I had to say, it would be when I first started getting tattoos, so like here. Just because like towards the end, like people always say like the whites hurt the most, but that's just because they save it for the end.
Mhm.
So like my skin's already battered and bruised and raw after like the sessions, and so like when he started putting in that white ink like on my what do you call it, like bicep area, whatever, or like a little bit higher up, so like shoulder.
Sure.
What do you
Yeah.
call this, shoulder? Like
You're dealt.
it felt like he was literally like tattooing my skeleton,
Jesus.
like because it was so raw and shit. I was like, and I was just like gritting my teeth. My girlfriend at the time. My ex, she was with me, so I was squeezing her hand hella hard while he was going through that part. But I think that would have been the most painful because I mean, realistically, like I don't have tattoos in places which is deemed traditionally painful, like you guys do. Like, I mean, maybe this one would be the closest because it's like close to the wrist.
Yeah.
But it was these two were done relatively quick. Plus, like I anticipated him, so it didn't hurt. But for me, my first tattoo right here, towards the end.
Jalen.
I feel like so like Nick said, I feel like next to the wrist hurt, behind the knee, like really, like I don't want to say
The knee
stuck.
ditch, right?
Yeah, the knee ditch.
Yeah.
that shit. That was like the hardest part of that tattoo. Close to the elbow,
Yeah,
shit.
yeah.
that shit hurt. But I think like the most painful tattoo that I've gotten was a Shenron one, just because, like Nick said, I think it varies from artist to artist, but like I felt like my artist was just really heavy-handed, and he was like tattooing into like genuinely, like, I said, like
Dragging
into
the
my
pen.
fucking skull, like or into my skeleton. This
You
shit
got a head
is
down
fucking- But because like I remember I remember getting it, and like while he was doing it, like I see another reason why I got the slash tattoo, because that's just always on my mind. But I don't know if you remember when he time travels for the first time, and he's just like screaming, like running on the beach. That was me in my head. Like that shit fucking hurt so much. I wanted to scream hella hard, but like, dude, because he was just digging in there, and like like this is obviously about the same size, if not bigger, and did not hurt nearly as much. Like the other places that I got, like the larger tattoos, did not hurt that much. Like even the one on my chest, like it didn't really hurt until they got like close to my nipple, and even then it was like it was only for a little bit. Like it wasn't too bad. So I feel like in general, the most painful tattoo I got was the Shenron.
What about you, Seth?
So before I got my tiger one, it was actually the creeper on my thigh.
On your thigh,
I think it was just because it was like right on the meat.
on the yeah.
And when he was coloring, he was literally like, I feel like heavy-handed also, and he was like just digging, like going back and forth with the color, and I was just like, God damn! I was like digging into the chair. I was like, fuck! But then this motherfucker right here on the wrist, or like honestly, like even this little part
Yep.
on the
On the fold?
the fold. What is this? The forearm pit? Yeah, but that shit, or like right on the bone of my wrist.
Holy shit.
There was like, so when I got it, I was laying on my back and my arm was out, and I was like looking to my right because Haley was there, and I was just talking to Haley. And as soon as he started doing my wrist, I was like, oh my god!
Hi.
My whole hand went numb. Like I could not feel it at all.
Yeah.
So I looked at my hand and I saw it opening and closing, and I was like, I talked to the guy and I was like, hey, I can't feel my hand. And then he was like, oh, that's good. And then I looked at Haley and I was like, did he just say that's good? I was like, what? I think that was the first time
Maybe
where
you thought you were on like numbing cream and you were like.
I did take numbing cream, but like I'll talk about that after. But I think that was the first time I ever contemplated taking a break
Yeah,
during
no,
a tattoo.
yeah.
Because I've never taken a break during a tattoo unless the artist asked for it.
Yeah.
Which I don't have any tattoos big enough for an artist to ask for a break. But like I was like, I want you to stop right now.
Yeah, I need a minute, please.
Like I was watching him like this is damn near my palm.
Yeah.
Like it's at the edge of the wrist, like right before my wrist line pretty much. And that shit was just excruciating. So, but yeah, going back to numbing cream, the first time, or I did this in 2 sessions. So the first session I used it, and I want to say that session lasted 2 hours, and I want to say it lasted about 30 minutes.
The cream?
Shit.
Yeah, maybe I just applied wrong,
Yeah.
but the second time it worked pretty well, and I did not get my wrist enough the second session. So
You probably stopped like right here.
yeah, I probably like didn't like spread it enough.
Yeah.
But yeah, that shit was just, whew, crazy.
Have you ever used numbing cream?
No, I heard you're not supposed to, or at least like if you are going to, you should let the artist do it.
Oh.
Like you're not supposed to go in with numbing cream done on you. You're supposed to like let the artist know like in talks before you even go. Like, hey, is it cool if I use numbing cream during that appointment? Because what I've heard from artists is that like numbing cream can change the texture of your skin.
Yeah.
And
I
also
believe
like
it.
how it holds the ink. So like if you just bought like a brand from like Amazon or something and you just slapped it on yourself, like some artists will actually send you home. Like they're like, nah, come back tomorrow. Like we'll use like my own brand or whatever the case is, because like they don't know how it's gonna react.
Right.
So like you're supposed to, I guess tattoo etiquette, you're supposed to let them know you want it, you want numbing cream, and then they'll do it for you the day of. But no, I have not.
I followed you.
Have you?
Huh? Oh no, I haven't. I want. One of the ideas that I have is to get crows on my stomach, and I feel like I want to use numbing cream for that, just because it's my stomach. But I don't know.
What is that for something?
For a lot of anime, Haikyuu is probably the top one.
Is that the volleyball one?
Yeah.
Yeah. What was it? The crows versus the
Cat
cats?
versus crows.
Yeah, cat versus crows.
I was hella mad. I thought that movie was gonna come out here too. Bruh. I was hella mad. I thought for
I'm
sure.
still waiting.
I am too. It came out. Apparently, it got like in US it made it over 55 million. I was like, damn, man.
No, I would consider it too, because I've told both of you I want a neck tat. So if I ever get it like in this area, I would definitely use numbing cream. I'm not about to have them like drilling my Adam's apple.
No, yeah.
That's
just
gonna.
raw dog in it. Because I've heard people
think I
who've
would
done
cry.
it. They said like, because you can't even breathe like right, because you have to like
Yeah.
be like
You can't be
super-
moving because when you breathe, you're.
Yeah, like so like you have to be like very
Oh yeah. I mean,
strategic with your breathing.
Yeah,
and
that's
how you
tough.
breathe and shit. So like I think if I
and stop.
gotta swallow. Real
it's
quick.
like
Pause.
Call of Duty when you're like holding your breath.
Yeah.
The sniper scope.
Oh yeah.
No, but yeah, so that's one I would consider. Maybe my chest too, because I heard like the pec really hurts.
Yeah,
Like,
it wasn't that
people
bad.
who've had it done.
Well, I don't know what part of your chest you're going for, but
But that's way in the future. I'm definitely gonna fill out arms and legs before I try anything else. But
What about your least painful?
probably this one. It's pretty small, not in too bad of a location.
I say the chopper, just because like it's the location it's in is like very meaty and like muscly. So like rule of thumb, generally like the less meat you have somewhere, and like the closer, like the more bony it feels, is gonna be the worst.
Yeah.
So for here, it's pretty.
I don't know. I
Sturdy.
feel like if you get in like just a very muscle area, like places with like low amounts of body fat,
Like what?
like I don't know, like if let's say you were jacked, like and just and got on your bicep, then I feel
It
like
would hurt
I
more
feel
than
like
if
it
you
would
were
hurt
fat.
Yeah, it would hurt more than if you had more fat there.
I don't know, cause like thighs, like I've heard is a bad spot, cause like generally people are pretty decently fatty down there, and that's why like it's not really sturdy. Like You know what I'm saying? Like, obviously, it's like it's kind of contradictory because, like, you know, some parts, like for instance, you guys were just talking about the wrist bone thing area. Like, obviously, that's not fatty.
Yeah.
But if you're getting tattooed there, it's gonna suck. You know, the elbow's not fatty, but if you get tattooed there, it's gonna suck.
I think that's because it's bone. It's
No,
like
that's what
you're
I'm saying.
hitting
Like, so
bone.
generally, like speaking, the more muscular and like sturdy in areas, I think the less it's gonna hurt. Versus like if you had to ask me like, would I want this like super like jacked and muscled up, or if I wanted like a fatty arm, I think I'd take muscle to get tattooed. That's just my opinion. I think, but you know, who knows?
I don't know.
How about you, Seth?
Mine was my butterfly. Like
Really?
that shit was a
On the
breeze.
stomach?
Yeah, it's like right. I don't know where it is, honestly. Let me see.
Where?
It's like right
here.
It's like right below my pecs.
Go attic.
It's like right here. So right where
I had to think about that. So what?
it's pretty much where the E is
Okay.
in the 49er shirt.
Oh, okay.
But like honestly, I was chilling.
Hmm.
But the worst thing about that
Maybe I'll
day
get it, okay.
was my tattoo was at 12 p.m.
You didn't eat.
in San Francisco, and I was coming from Sacramento, and I did not eat.
You're supposed to eat. That's
Yeah,
another thing.
yeah.
Eat before
Eat.
you get a tattoo.
Eat.
Don't drink.
Don't drink. Don't take an Advil for pain.
Yeah.
So are we in like the advice?
Oh no, maybe I don't know. I'm just
Could be,
The
could
advice
be,
column.
but-
while we're on
But I
that
remember
topic.
I just got up and I was like, "Holy sh!" I'm
You were
like,
lightheaded?
I'm dizzy,
Mhm.
but like I didn't feel anything. Like I was just chilling. Maybe it was the way she did it, like she was light-handed or something. But like it hasn't faded. It looks the same that when I got it, pretty much. But I was just chilling. I was like having a good time. She's like, "Are you okay?" It's like, "Is the pressure good?" And I was like, "Honestly, I'm cool."
Are you even tattooing
Yeah.
me right now? Like,
But yeah,
oh yeah, okay, keep going.
people are surprised when I tell them that one too. Like my chest one hurt the least.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we can move on to the advice column.
I mean, do you guys have any? I have like a couple
that
things I'd
one-
like to point out, but
Don't get a name.
Don't
Don't get
a-
anybody's name.
Don't
Don't
get
get romantic
Don't get a
names.
significant
Yeah,
other.
don't get romantic names.
Anything.
I was contemplating getting HMU
HMU.
for Haley.
Mhm.
Because that's her initials, Haley May Yubihara. And I was like, I mean, if we ever broke up, it could be like, hit me up. And it's right here, so I can make like the phone, hit me up, hit me up. But I was like, nah, that's stupid.
It's just like a curse. Like
Yeah.
it's like one of those like things you're just not supposed to do.
I think I will say if you're gonna get something with your significant other, just don't get anything that like
Locks it in.
you know.
Yeah.
Like you could get something that
Something
like
more general and broad.
Yeah.
So if y'all ever break up,
like, it could be anything. Like
Yeah.
you know. So people have always disagreed with this, but like for example, like me and Ella, when we get married, we want to get
The initial?
not the
or-
initial. Oh, that was my initial thought because I think Steph Curry has that right
yeah,
for
on the
Aisha,
ring finger,
like on his ring
because
finger.
he doesn't wear his ring during
Yeah.
the games. Yeah.
So that was my initial thought, but I think what we later on came to is we're gonna get like a King and Queen of Hearts. That way, you know, it's like it's still general. Like you can, if something were to happen, God forbid, like we can go our separate ways, and like it's just another tattoo, but it's fine.
Yeah.
But would you end up covering that up? Because like, it's
Nah, probably not. It's a,
Can I get the Joker match with you guys?
oh,
Third wheel.
Now I've always liked like the gesture though. So
yeah.
jester, not gesture. But for me, I think it's more like obviously I have a bunch of motifs that I think you shouldn't get. But I don't want to get into it. I think it's more important of like when you decide on a tattoo, like things you should do. I think number one is like when you first get an idea, I think you should sit on it.
Oh yeah.
Like don't
Which is why I said the next day, like
Yeah.
you know, like let's not
Yeah.
just jump to the first thing that we thought of.
unless that tattoo is meant to signify a specific moment in time, like, oh, we're all having fun, let's go get tatted together type
Sure.
shit. That's different. But like if it's an idea that you have, let it sit for a couple months. You know, let that euphoric, you know, feeling kind of die down, and then once you have like that post nut clarity, so to speak, like look back on it. All right, is this a tat I actually really want and won't regret? I think
Yeah.
that's number one.
But also on that note, I don't think you should overthink it in some ways, because like if it's a tattoo that you know has meaning to you and like you wouldn't regret in the future, but you're still like, oh, it's gonna be my first tattoo. I don't wanna
Yeah.
like don't get in your head. If it means something, like if it really means that to you, then get it on you.
If you know you're not gonna regret it,
Yeah.
Yeah.
then you should get it.
I mean, that's just like, I mean, a lot of things too, like first tattoos, like Jay can attest to this because I was talking to him a lot. Like, I wasn't getting like cold feet, but I was just like, bro, what if it doesn't turn out the way I want
Yeah.
it? Like,
You just can't get
my
in your
artist
head.
only speaks Spanish. Like, what if there's some kind of translation error that goes on and like, great, now I'm fucked for life or whatever. But I think like for tattoos, your first one, you just got to get over the hump. And once you get the first one, that's the gateway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
You do get addicted. Like
yeah.
Seth said, you get addicted.
Like, I'm not
and you
addicted to the
just-
pain, but it's like some days I was like, I want to get a tattoo.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. So my "You Don't Love Me Anymore" and "The Creeper" were done in Sacramento,
Mhm.
and I think it was like a week or two later
Mm.
is when I got the flower and the Bible verse, and I was just like, so I went to Calaveras.
Oh yeah.
And they're not. I don't think they're really known for tattoos.
No, they're not good at
They're a
piercings
tattoo
either.
and piercing shop, but
They're not good at either.
yeah. So my flower is fine. It looks exactly like Tara's drawing, but
Mhm.
you know how like normal tattoo places like they'll print out a stencil.
Yeah.
This guy,
Just
Just
hand
drew it on.
no, he printed out the lettering and then drew over drew the stencil, like copied the font
Okay.
in his
That's
own handwriting, and it's not
Weird.
like it's just like some. Hold on, I don't know if I can pull my.
And that's why there's no line through the A.
Yeah, so you see how like this kind of font has like lines at the bottom of like an M, like the fancy M's have lines at the bottom. Yeah, like the S is like it's all like it's uneven.
Mm.
So like every line is like a different thickness pretty much. But like there's the A. You see it?
Yeah.
There's no line.
Looks like a delta.
Yeah,
And it's
lucky.
like weirdly placed on my leg too.
Mhm.
But I was just like, let's get this done, brother.
And there's kind of like, I mean, not trying to critique, but there's kind of no spacing between the words either. Like,
Yeah,
not gonna
it's
go
just
well.
like but I mean
But it's cool though.
It's
yeah,
not
it's
good.
just a
Yeah.
story.
Yeah.
A
No
tattoo that I
regrets.
wanted to get for the future,
Mm.
not to cover it up, but to like add on.
Mhm.
I wanted to get like a sword. So this would be like the handle would go up this way,
Mm.
and like the triangle or the T part of the sword would be like
Oh, like the guard.
the guard
Uh-huh.
would be around the verse, and then the sword would go down my knee
Okay.
and like into my
Ooh.
shin.
Okay.
That'd be dope.
Okay.
That shit gonna hurt though.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah.
Going down
For
your
sure.
knee.
Fuck. Yeah, I mean, and then I would say moving past that, once you decide to get the tattoo, like once you decide that's the tattoo design you want, you got to shop around. Don't go to the first tattoo artist you see unless that tattoo artist is actually really good. Like if you live in
Yeah.
LA, New York, the Bay Area, you have a lot of good choices. Like it's not that hard to find,
Yeah.
someone. But if you live in buttfuck nowhere, like if you live in Lincoln, Nebraska, right, or some shit, like you're gonna have to do a decent
Yeah.
amount of research.
And honestly, I'm pretty sure you have friends that have tattoos
Yeah,
that you
like-
like the way it looks. So just ask them. Don't be
Yeah.
afraid to ask. Hey, I want to go
Where'd
to
you
your
get that?
tattoo
Yeah.
artist.
Yeah, and then but that also like because tattoo artists should not be like a jack of all trades. Like
Mhm,
they should
yeah.
only really specialize in one or two. It's like if you have an expensive car, you wouldn't take it to a mechanic that deals with all types of vehicles. You take it to that brand specific
Mhm,
or like
mhm.
someone who specializes. And same thing with tattoos. Like if you want it done in a specific style, don't assume just like any old tattoo artist can do it. And then another add-on to that, I would say, is like don't be afraid to spend money on
Yeah.
it. I think I'm not going to disclose how much this costs, but that shit cost. These two know. But like I think a lot of people when they don't have tattoos, they kind of view it as like intangible, and that's why they're a lot of times they're not willing to pay a lot of money towards it. You know what I'm saying? Like I see a lot of discourse sometimes online on Twitter and shit where like someone was showing off their tattoo, right? And it's like, and they mentioned the cost, and the artist like, damn, you paid X amount for that. Like, I know someone who could have done it for this amount. It's like you really don't like tattoos is one of those things where you really do get what you pay for.
Mm-hmm.
Like a lot of times, the artists charge a specific rate, or if they do it by piece, that they charge that price for a reason. Like realistically, you're not going to get a good piece for a low cost unless that person just doesn't have recognition yet.
Mm.
And that's why they're charging so little. Like if you go to anyone who has any sort of following online, they're going to charge a sizable amount, and that's something you should be willing to pay if it's something you want on your body for the rest of your life. Like I think I read an example the other day, like people who like for instance are into shoes, like they're so willing to spend like 200 plus on a pair of Jordans, but they won't spend that for a piece of a tattoo. And if you think about it, the tattoo's gonna last longer
Oh yeah.
than the Jordans, right?
Mhm.
I think it was Jelly Roll who said that. You guys know Jelly Roll, the
Yeah, I know
musician?
Jelly
Yeah,
Roll,
he
the
said
musician.
that because I was watching his tattoo tour video. But yeah, like make sure you find the artist that you want. Don't just go to the first one you find. Like if you need an example of why you don't, look at every single athlete. Like their tattoos are trash. Half their sleeve is clouds. That's why you don't go to your neighborhood tattoo artist unless you live in a good neighborhood with good tattoo artists. And then once you find the artist, make sure you ask them like get all the things done beforehand, like hey, what's your rate, or do you charge by piece, get all that done so nothing's a surprise. Because honestly, like that's really the biggest thing. Make sure you get good work done that you won't look at it, it's like fuck, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's my big three. I guess one more, like which is like another extension on that, is like it doesn't really matter what the motif is or like what the work is, as long as it's good. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause like obviously like a lot of people have cliche tattoos. Like, I'm sure like 1 out of every 5 girls has either 444 or like a dragon down their spine.
I know both. I know
So
girls with both of them.
you know, on the flip side, you have a bunch of guys like you'll see a bunch of white guys who have like the tree line on their wrist. You know what I'm talking about? Clock owl,
yeah.
rose combination. Those are kind of bad, but it's like at least if you get that work done well, it's a better tattoo than if you got it done and it's you know it's common and it's shitty. I'd rather it be common and it looks good.
Yeah.
So find the right artist. So like, that's the biggest thing. You guys have any advice?
I was just gonna say, well, on top of all that, what we said earlier, making sure you're eating, drinking water, not drinking alcohol, no
pain medicine,
no
blood thinners.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Nothing that can thin your blood. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, your artist, when you have your consultation, will tell all of you.
Yeah,
this to you too. But
any reputable artist will tell you all that stuff.
You got to sign a waiver, and they'll go through all that.
Yeah.
With you, but I mean,
listen to all their aftercare instructions.
Yeah. Aftercare is super important.
That is probably just as important, arguably more important than when you're sitting there, like you know.
Yeah, like when I get tattoos, I'm super like careful. Like that bitch don't see the sun for like a month.
Yep.
Like when you first get a tattoo, you want to keep it out of the sun as much as possible because that's when like fading can really happen, and you don't want that.
Don't go swimming after you get a
yes,
tattoo.
like at least a couple months they say, right?
Yeah.
Just because you know you don't
like
want
4 to 6, damn.
Yeah, the wetter your tattoo gets, the easier it is for infection. So, and if it gets infected, it's not going to heal right.
It is an open wound. Like you're just
it has
walking
to heal.
around, you know.
Yeah, exactly, right? It's like your skin is punctured like thousands of times to form that tattoo, and if you get water into it, it's not a good look.
Especially chlorine water with people peeing in it.
Hell yeah! I mean, there's probably more than that. Bugs.
Yeah.
I'm sure some animals are shitting it too. You just don't know. I was gonna say something else about aftercare too. Lost my train of thought. Yeah, I forgot it. Oh, it's going to flake. Don't stress about flaking.
Don't scratch it off. Don't pick it off.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
don't.
And then
it's gonna be hard, but don't.
I'll be smacking mine.
I just
smack it.
I blow on
put
it.
some aqua on it. Just
I either blow on it or I scratch an area near it that's not tattooed.
yeah.
I just be smacking my. I
But
look
yeah.
like I need a fix of something else, but
But yeah, like depending on how
Different kind of
like how your body heals, like maybe a week later, 2 weeks later, whatever, it's gonna start to peel. That's natural. If it scabs, that's different. But if it's just peeling, don't peel it off yourself. Just kind of naturally
Let it.
rub.
when you're in the shower, like softly.
Yeah, and just let it naturally peel off. And then also like the day you leave the shop, that's the most vibrant, freshest tattoo look it'll ever look like. Like don't expect the tattoo to look exactly the way it was finished for the rest of your life. Like just the way the body heals and stuff, it's things are gonna get blown out eventually, things are gonna fade eventually. Jay's is a great example. Like his Buzz Lightyear wing still looks great, but when he showed me the picture of when he first got, I was like, damn,
Yeah, it was.
that shit was
vibrant as
crispy.
hell. Yeah.
Like Popeye's crispy. So yeah, just be realistic about your expectations of the tattoo. Don't think that because you got it by a great artist and whatever, it's gonna look that great for the rest of your life. Like tattoos age, skin ages. Look up, those elders who have tattoos. Like a lot of their shit, you can't even make out really what it is anymore because your skin sags, whatever. So keep that in mind. Your shit's not gonna look 100% for the rest of your life.
Another thing is don't be afraid to stand up for yourself.
Yeah, that's
to your artists. A lot of artists will try to
force it upon you.
Force it upon you. Like, no, I want to do it this way. I think it'll look way better. But then you're like, no, I already had this vision of what I wanted my tattoo to look like, and I trust you to make that happen. So like
you're paying them, it's going on your body.
Yeah.
Like
But I think on the flip side too, though, it's like a lot of artists. I think you have to be willing to compromise too.
Oh no, yeah.
Because they also
they understand the vision. Like,
they generally understand how your body flows and like what might look better. Of course, at the end of the day, it's your decision, right? But especially if you're taking some kind of image or art online. They might not want to do that because at the end of the day, tattoo artists are artists themselves. They kind of want to put their own spin on it sometimes.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
Some of them have like rules where like, I'm not going to blatantly copy that person's art. onto your body. Like we're gonna find some way to change it up, but still capture the essence of the idea.
Yeah.
And I think you have to be open to that. Like you can't you can't just see a dope tattoo online.
Give me
like
that.
screenshot that and then
Those are like the type of tattoo shops where you just like it's like they'll take any walk in and they'll just like slap it on you and go.
yeah, because they're just about the money.
But like
they
if
don't
you like
really
go
care.
to like a real tattoo artist, a lot of them want to bring ideas to life. So if you want a tattoo and like you don't have anything super specific, but you have an idea, then that's when you like really go to people that are like hone in on their craft, so they can help you bring that idea to life.
Yeah, like my tattoo here, this is pretty much just 3 separate stock photos that like we found a way to merge it together to make it flow into like one cohesive piece.
It's the same with my tiger. Like I said, I want a tiger and some sunflowers, and he was like, "All right, I'll send you my design in a week." And I was like, "Oh, that's lit. Let's do
Yeah,
it."
exactly. So definitely advocate for yourself, especially if it's your first tattoo or you're just like a anxious introvert person that generally goes with the flow. Definitely advocate for yourself if what's happening isn't what you wanted. But at the same time, you can't be that rigid. Like sometimes you have to understand that these artists are artists. Like they have to find ways to tweak it and stuff that fits best for you. So it goes both ways, definitely.
Yeah, I think that's a good place to
Yeah, I mean,
cut it. The sun went down, as you can tell in the background. This is the first time we started a pod in the day.
yeah, I mean daylight savings too. So
Yeah, that's true, yeah.
We're behind or faster by an hour, right?
Yeah, it's supposed to be 6:46 and it's 7:46.
Yeah. So
So,
yeah,
all
great
right.
talk.
Hope you guys enjoyed this episode of 2.5 Asians.
Yeah.
Okay, I wanted to say a lot of some people that I know were like, why is it called 2.5 Asians?
Are they in?
And I had it's people from my work.
Ah,
So
Interesting.
and I had to explain. The guy in the middle is half black, half Filipino.
saw it.
And they were like zooming in, and they were like, "There's no way he's half Filipino." And I was
Like,
like,
they think he's full black.
"Yeah."
I get that a lot.
And I was like, "I grew up with the guy. I'm pretty sure I've met his parents."
No racial, but look at his eyes.
For real, no, for real. When I take off my glasses, it's a lot more like I am Asian. I promise.
They say Asian genes are the recessive genes when it comes to interracial.
Yeah, I believe it.
Yeah, but then there's that weird phenomenon with like Asians looking Latino or like Latinos looking Asian. It's
That's
like
true, too.
even when it's not.
But yes, if you do the math correctly, full Asian 1, full Asian 2, half Asian 2.5
Yeah,
Asians.
And it's also a play on 2.5 Men. Like the
Yeah,
show
yeah,
with
yeah,
Charlie
exactly.
Sheen. Yeah.
So, and I also like to joke that anytime Haley is on the pod, my
Yeah.
wife, we call it 3 Asians because
'Cause
Haley
she's
is half
half.
Asian. So a half plus a half equals a whole. 3 Asians, even though there's 4 people. 2.5, even though there's 3.
Yeah, and it's also
Do the math, buddy. Come on.
it's also a little bit like what's the word I'm thinking about? Like it's also a little deceptive because like on our Funko Pop like
Oh yeah,
picture,
Jay's just black.
yeah, Jay's just black.
And
I
Nick
look
looks
Latino.
Latino.
Mine looks Latino. So I'm Nicolas according to the Funko Pop. But no, yeah,
Yeah.
that's-
So
And then moving forward, we're gonna use this setup, huh? Right? Like
yeah,
we'll be
well,
on the
pretty
tables and
much. I
stuff?
think we'll
I think this works
stick to
better.
this setup. We might go back to the couch if we have a guest on our pod. Just
Yeah,
or I mean, I feel like we could like slide over even like just
Yeah, I think the only
close together.
downside of this type of format is like, for instance, like when you're talking, I can't really see you because like Jay, like we're all lined up, versus like on the couch, it's more spread out, so it's easier. But I think that's the only downside.
yeah. I mean, I think this setup also helps us talk to the audience instead of
That's
talking to each
true.
other. Because I feel like when we're sitting on the couch or like back in Sacramento, we were like looking at each other. Especially in Sacramento where I was sitting, I was like
Yeah.
facing you guys, so I couldn't really like talk to the camera.
I'm not gonna lie, I talked a lot towards you guys, so I'll try to change it up and look at the camera more.
That's
when
fine.
I'm
That's
talking.
fine.
Yeah.
And then maybe next time, like move your mic this way, like how mine is, because like you talk to us, so your mouth is facing this way, but your mic's over here.
Oh shit! Like so, like
So,
how would
like-
how would it position it?
Move
Yeah,
it closer towards Jay, and then
Like this?
like that, yeah, like and then turn it towards you.
Got you. My fault.
Because
My
you
fault.
talk this way.
My fault. My fault.
That's fine. I think this
You're
podcast
fine.
went well for the
Yeah.
first
Yeah.
time in this new setup.
Yeah.
So,
So,
yeah, hope
yeah.
you guys enjoyed, and we'll be back next Wednesday. We haven't. We'll say bye. Bye.